Okay, I've got a 2008 Cayenne, and it has the halogen lights for headlights. They are terrible at the moment. I don't know if it's age or what. I've replaced the bulb, but nothing has made them brighter, and it's actually hard to see the pavement. So I'm going to take the headlight out, and I bought a retrofit kit from Retrofitlabs in Holland to retrofit this light fixture with a new xenon bulb and reflector in the back. So it's supposed to be very, very bright, the new ones. So let's see how it goes. You guys can follow me along with this, and let's see. So the first thing we got to do is take the headlight out. So in your trunk, there's a little tool. This cover comes off. You insert that down in there, and it's hard to do with just me videoing here. So I'll get that headlight loose, pull it out. Then there's a plug down there. I got the tool inserted. I'm going to turn it like the picture says. There we go. Turning it the wrong way. All right, the headlight has popped loose. Now just pull it out. Okay. Okay, the headlight is loose. And now we have the plug. Now, if somebody else has a better way to do this, please let us know, but I always have trouble with these headlights, so these plugs. So I'm using this to clip that in there and catch the little tab that sits on the male side of this plug. And then I'm going to use this to pry off the plug a little bit. There it comes. Okay, that's it. Once you get it loose off of that clip, you're golden. So you can kind of see in there, it just rests on the bottom there. And that's the little clip, little tab you have to. Okay, so I have the headlight out of the car, and I washed it to get it a little clean, get the dust off. I'm preheating the oven to 400 degrees. When the oven is ready, I'll put it in here on these wood blocks. Leave it in there for about 10 minutes. While the oven is preheating, I'm going to remove these little staples here. There's 3 or 4, and this rubber ring. And the rubber piece here, there's these plastic rivets. You just kind of have to pull it off. It'll go back on. And then before I put it in the oven, I'll take these covers off. You don't have to remove any of the bulbs or anything. They should be fine. Anyways, the reason we're putting it in the oven is to loosen the Permaseal. It's like a butyl sealant. It's really, really hard to get off. Anyways, the hope is that the oven will soften it and let it come off a little bit easier. Okay, I'm using a little screwdriver to pry these up. There's one there, there's one there, there's another one on the other side. I forgot to mention, these will need to come out. There's 2 of them. And this one too. This one holds the chrome surround inside, and that will come off with the cover. So that's why we gotta take that one loose. Here's some of the tools I'm gonna be using. This here, these 3 here to pry the cover off, and then miscellaneous tools. This to cut the Permaseal, drilling some rivets later on inside the headlight. You'll have to reconnect some of the wires. So I got some electrical tools, hole saw. This is 1 1/4. 1 inch would work as well, probably be better. A step bit, and you're gonna need the largest size here. Okay, now that the headlight's out of the oven, I'm gonna pry the edge here loose. I'm on the bottom part of the headlight. It's really hard to get in there with that Permaseal, but it does come up, and the plastic is really flexible, so don't be shy. I'm gonna get the screwdriver all the way in the back. That's the goal. Okay, once I get it all the way back there, I kind of catch the lip with this. And then to get the Permaseal to release underneath that plastic cover, I'm using this tool here. And I slide it in. And you can see it's not easy. Anyways, I get it in there, and I get it under, and then I twist it like this. And it releases the Permaseal. So basically I go in, I go under like this. Anyways, you gotta go all the way around and do that. As you move further, it gets easier, a lot easier. But in the beginning, it's pretty tough. So just keep at it. Take some breaks when your hands get tired until you're done. Okay, a little tip on this, getting this apart. So I went all the way around with the screwdriver and lifted the edge, the top edge away from the cover. Then I went to the corner from about here all the way around and used this tool to get underneath, to get some of this beautiful permaseal loose. And that really helped that corner. See, now it's all coming apart. And you see this bottom piece is coming with. Now, I'll go around to this side and continue. As I continue to come around, it's starting to slide out now. And I don't even need to use that other tool anymore. So, okay, I got it loose. All right. Again, I don't have 2 hands here, or 3 hands. So I'll pause and I'll catch you guys in the next step. It's still hanging up on this one here, that little clip, but I'll get it. Okay, so I got the cover off. And here are these pieces I was talking about. If you just get a screwdriver behind there, rather than on the lens, it'll come off without a problem. All right, so now we've got this exposed. You can see some wire here. And so the wiring is real brittle. And I anticipated that, so I had bought some liquid electrical tape so that I can insulate the wires again wherever there are cracks. So this will just pop off. Okay, here we are. So I loosened this a bit, but it just comes off like this. So just pry on it. Okay, so we've got the cover off. Now, before we go any further, we're gonna cut out all of this old sealant. And it takes some elbow grease, but you want to get it all out. I'm using this, and I'm going to use a screwdriver, probably both screwdrivers, to get it all out. Okay, so it's been about an hour. I was able to remove the sealer from here all the way to about here. And what I'm doing now on the rest of it, I reheated the part. I'm using this X-Acto knife to slice through here, both sides. And I come in with a screwdriver, try and force it out. Sometimes it slips out nice and easy, but lots of places it gets stuck. It takes lots of elbow grease to get it moving. So the better you cut along the sides, the easier it is to scoop this out afterwards. There's always spots that didn't cut right. And it takes a bit of time to get this stuff out. Below. So I'm going to take the bulb out, and then there's 4 screws. That'll bring this whole light fixture, make it loose. And then I can move things around a bit, and twist it and turn it as I need to. So once you get this bulb loose, 4 screws. Okay, the bulb just comes out with a counterclockwise twist. And I stuck a little screwdriver underneath here, and that loosens this clip, which we're gonna take off. All right, this gonna get under the underside here, but we don't need that down the road. And this here's the high beam splitter. You'll need to get that connection off once you have access to the front of that plug. Okay, I've got my T20 and a long extension on here, and take those out. They're not very tight. And when you put it back in, don't make it too tight. It's just plastic you're screwing into. You want to keep the back reflector, but everything from here going forward has to come out now. I undid this by undoing the tabs, but you don't actually need to do that. So grab a drill bit, drill out the holes here. There's 2 more on the other side, and you can pry it loose with a screwdriver, get both pieces out, and then we'll go through the assembly of the new piece. Okay, I got the holes drilled out for the rivets, and to finally get it all out, we're gonna need to undo, there's two tabs. One here, pry that loose, and another one down here. I can't see it right now. The other thing we'll do is take this off. This ring doesn't need to be there. We're gonna drill this hole bigger. Anyways, that's coming down the road. Okay, I drilled out all the little rivets. They're not really rivets, I guess, but I used a 1364 and a 1564 drill bit. That worked quite nicely. Now the pieces are separated. This will come out through the back. Again, be careful with the wires. They're fragile. Anyways, I'll wrestle this out to the back. I'll wrestle the other one out to the front, or vice versa, whichever way they want to come. Okay, both pieces came out the back. So here's this. And don't be afraid if I bent one of these to get it out. Make it a little easier. We're not going to reuse this. This we'll reuse. And the new bulb will go in here with the new reflector. It'll attach here. And then this will be the mounting ring. So we're essentially using this only as the mounting bracket for the new piece. So there's the reflective material. It looks okay, but it looks a little dull maybe. Anyways, let's get started. All right, here's our new projector with the reflector in the back. All right, so I'm gonna take this ring off with these 3 screws. We'll take this nut off, and then we'll slide this assembly over. Before we can slide this over, I gotta bend these tabs back and then use a step bit to drill this out to the right size. Okay, the kit was supposed to come with 2 of these, a big one and a small one. This is the big one. So I cut it down. There's a molding line that kind of gave me an indication to get it somewhat straight. I think it'll get squished up enough in here where it'll be fine. So this will sit like this. Here's the piece that I used. This is 7/8. Sorry, I said 3/8, but 7/8 step bit. So that's the biggest one. So it went all the way through. I got to clean up the edges here. Then we'll stick it on like this. This label here is top, and this label here is the top, right? You want this piece on the bottom. I'll go together. Then inside we'll have to splice this wire with the factory high beam split. This is the high beam split. So when the high beam turns on, this thing opens up the full ends. In low beam you only get the half. That little piece in there. Anyway, once we have that, then we can slide this in all back from the back and use the screws to mount it, and you'll retain your factory, swivel to level the headlights. Okay, so I got this mounted. I want to make sure this line and this line is straight, right? Because otherwise your light line later on will be crooked. All right, I got the mounting ring on, the bracket to hold the bulb in, 3 screws there. Here's the bulb. It only slides in one way, and then you've got these 2 notches that'll sit and hold it tight from turning. And then there's a little piece, a little clamp that'll go on there. That's self-explanatory. Those are the wires that'll run out. This one I need to cut and reattach to the factory high beam splitter. That's it. Then these all go together. These 2 wires go to the original plug-in to the original low beam bulb. These 2 wires, sorry. And then everything else attaches to the ballast. So the ballast pieces are here. This is all the ballast. Anyways, the plug's only going one way, so that'll be easy. This here is a nice little plug that they give you. So I'll drill a 1-inch hole or so into the back of the cover that I took off back here. And then I can run the wires through, and then this will be the plug to keep all the dirt out. Okay, so put the bulb and reflector in. I'm just tightening these screws that I took out originally that held this whole thing in. All right, I'll get down in a minute, but that's what it looks like in. After I get that in, I'll splice the wires together, and then I'll drill a hole in the back here right about there, 1-inch hole with a hole saw, and then we'll run the wires through. Okay, splice the high beam splitters and connected the cables to the bulb, to the original bulb connector. Now we'll drill a hole in the cover, run the wires through, put it on, then we'll mount everything on the outside here and put it in the car. Actually, then we gotta put the cover on first. Okay, so got the hole drilled, got the wires through. Now I'll mount this here, and the other one there. Then I'll adjust the wires to the right length, plug the hole up with the rubber plug, and then we'll be ready for the cover. Okay, all that's missing is the shiny cover here, but it won't fit. So they've given us one of these. That'll go on like that. But first you put it on here, then you slide the whole assembly on, and that's it. Here's the finished product in the back. There's the hole. You have those ridges here. I cut them all down as best as I could so that this sits flat, and that'll keep dirt out better. Stuck one here, stuck one there, stuck one there. The kit comes with double stick tape for this one, then you have to supply your own for these two. All right, on this side. All right, I gotta put this on, so I'll put that little adapter ring inside. It just snaps in. And then this goes in, just make sure it's straight. And it just pushes on like that, and that's it. It may not be easy to tell, but this is the difference between the halogen on the left and the new xenon on the right. In here, it's much brighter and crisper. The one on the left, the yellow one, it's reflecting well in the video, but in person it's dull and does not blind your eye like the one on the right. The one on the right, the new xenon, is actually very hard to look at. So there's going to be a big difference at night. Okay, both lights are in and they are super bright. Really a big difference. That's with the high beams. So you get the stock high beams and the new LED or xenons. Well, I highly recommend this upgrade. Lots of work. Took me basically a day to figure it out, a day for the second one. So lots of work, but definitely worth it.